Okay, with it being 7 o'clock, ask you to join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lynn, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Sullivan?
Here.
Mr. Hochansky?
Here.
Mrs. Vanderwater? Ms. Wozniak?
Here.
Mr. Tupper?
Here.
Ms. Saban?
Here. Okay, can I get a motion, please, to approve the organizational meeting minutes from the January 4th meeting?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And can I get a motion also to approve the regular meeting minutes from the January 4th meeting?
I'll move that.
Second.
Any questions, comments?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And third time, can I get a motion to approve the special town board meeting on Friday, January 13th?
Moved. Second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carried. Okay. Agenda item number 1, you all have a copy of the Park Director's memorandum. Can I get a motion to approve the 2023 wages for Kim Saxon and Robert Berry as outlined on the memo?
Make the motion.
Second.
Any other comments, questions?
Just, I'd like to point out that we're kind of in a spot where we have to have this type of pay because just the competition is keeping us from getting employees.
So, and she's looking for more
Yes.
park attendants, and we're starting at $17 an hour. For anyone who's interested.
Okay. Any other comments?
No, these are all experienced people.
Yes.
It's good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 2, this is to consider the resolution regarding the seeker findings for the Van Buren Town Park projects. They're going to be funded by State Grant 25184. You have a copy of the resolution. You should have a copy of the resolution, let me put it that way. And the resolution is for the town board to have reviewed and approved the EAF, which Jason approved or prepared for this project, and to recommend approval of that. The seeker findings basically are saying that there are minimal at best impacts to the park, and that we look to, as a board, determine that this is a negative declaration for the purpose of seeker. Can I get a motion to that?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Just for the people watching on PAC-B, the town got a $197,000 grant to repair the baseball fields, help finish up a walking trail, and to install a handicap accessible dock at the pond. And this is one of the items that's needed in order to get it back to DASNY as they go through the review for the project. So, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Yeah.
No, roll call.
You need a roll call?
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Hochansky?
Yes.
Ms. Wozniak?
Yes.
Mr. Tupper?
Yes.
Ms. Saban?
Yes. Thank you. All right, the next is can I get a motion to consider approval of the resolution for the land swap between the town of Van Buren and Playa Rienta, commonly known as Jammer's Sports Bar?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, just for the audience, the town is looking to swap a piece of property next to the highway garage give it to Jammers, and Jammers will be in turn swapping a piece of property, which will be located in the back of the highway department. Basically, this works out for both parties and very minimal expense to the town to make this happen. Okay. Any other comments? This is subject to a permissive referendum as well. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Do you have to roll this one?
Oh, okay. Lynn?
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Wojciechowski?
Yes.
Ms. Wozniak?
Yes.
Mr. Tucker?
Yes.
Ms. Saban?
Yes. Okay. Next is to acknowledge and accept the resignation of Ron Dzinski from the town board. That was effective January 6th.
I'll make that motion with regret.
I'll second with regret.
I'll third with regret. Any other comments, questions?
I have regret too.
I think I do too.
Ron served, I believe it was 18 years. So we thank him for his service, and he'll be missed. He has a lot of institutional knowledge. So anytime you lose someone of that length, you know, it's hard to replace. So, okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Regret.
With regret. Motion carried. Counselor and committee reports. Darcy?
Nothing tonight.
Howard?
Yeah, I'd like to report that Mary Francis and I, the town supervisor, went to the Warner's Fire Department installation banquet Saturday night. And I was pleased to see a lot of volunteer firemen still on duty, very much so. And the ones that were there got awards for years and years of service. I think that's wonderful. I also want to know, or want you to know, that I'm going to try to go to the County Fire Coalition and Legislative Breakfast on January 28th. It's at the Cicero Fire Department on Route 31. No, I'm sorry, Route 11. I just came to my attention, but I'll call them tomorrow and confirm that. And if anybody else on the safety committee wants to go, that's fine too. The more the merrier. They love to see us legislators there.
Can you give me the information for it? Can you give me the information?
Did you,
Give me a copy of that. Thank you.
I thought it was supposed to be sent out to you via email. If not, we'll give you a copy too.
Thank you.
Okay. Jenny?
I have nothing tonight.
Mike?
Parks Committee has a meeting on Thursday.
Tomorrow?
One of the things we're going to be discussing is an Eagle project, a proposition for an Eagle project out at Harbor Heights at the town park out there. The Eagle candidate wants to install a kiosk-style information booth. That's something that the Harbor Heights Homeowners Association specifically asked for. So from what I understand, he's got a nice presentation prepared for us, and we'll talk about whatever he needs to do, and hopefully it all gets approved.
Good. Okay. I have no other comments. Doug?
Just real quickly, most of the Christmas trees have been picked up. We will still be going around once a week, because now we just do a quick drive-by. The guys have done a great job of it. They've actually gone and grabbed some that were, they were up on, by porches and front doors. And
With ornaments?
no. And they will no longer be doing that.
I was saving that
because-
one.
Were you the gentleman that called? We actually did get a call, somebody was actually saving it, so we had to go and find a like-sized dead tree and bring it back.
Oh, my God.
So please, if you do want us to pick it up, just put it out near the road and we'll definitely make sure.
One on my mom's trailer is in pretty good shape if somebody needs one. It's still there. Help yourself.
Just
I
make
got
sure
it.
So much
five
for
of
being
those that,
proactive.
we'll grab it.
Okay. Jason?
We have a pre-construction meeting for the Connors Road Bridge Replacement Project on the 27th of this month.
Okay.
The contract wants to be in March on and get this project out of the way.
Okay.
It's good news
And
for us.
I'm sure Doug's already talked to Steve and Dave, so, about that. Keith. I'm sorry, Keith and Dave, so, okay. Nadine?
I have nothing.
Two citizens' comments. Mary Frida.
Mary?
God, I didn't realize it was that short. Mary Kriegel, 47 Cross
Take
Country
it if
Drive.
you want.
And I was just wondering why we have two-tiered government.
We don't have two-tier government, it's just for sake of mobility at this point.
Well, the planning board says 7 people up there,
Yes, they do.
that's all.
Andy Bose?
Well, you guys covered some of the stuff I was going to ask about during your work session. The solar moratorium was good to hear a little bit of update about that. Comprehensive plan as well. Just wanted to talk about that comprehensive plan going forward. I encourage the town to think very proactively, maybe green, as we talk about accessibility on the roads for bike paths and such like that. We know Ryan McMahon's development concepts and everything else are talking about more about walkable communities, and I think that's really important. That we look forward to some of the newer approaches to development and design that are out there. We've got some new faces on the planning board. We're going to have some new folks here. There's a lot of new design out there. I'd like to see an opportunity for some of those things to be brought forward into this community, and it can make a more enhanced, livable community. One of the things that we were talking about too during the work session was the housing mandates, potential mandates that are still just proposals from the governor. I think we pinned down what it might be for the town, or was it just a county of 4,000?
It's county, but it will, each town will.
Well, it's coming down, but we don't have the
No.
town yet.
No, not
Okay,
yet.
so we don't know what a number might be.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. It's an interesting concept. I understand what's behind that. There's obviously been a lot of concerns raised by others in the town about affordable housing and some of the different connotations of affordable housing. I was reading a very interesting article about the next 5 to 10 years, the number of boomers and people that are going to be aging out of their houses is exponentially increasing. So I'd like the town to consider more I don't know, average cost of housing, whatever it might be. If you take your high and your low, let's look more in the middle, because that's a more livable community. People want to be in that community. They want to be there near their grandkids. So we're not talking subsidized or high end, but something that is not necessarily falling underneath. I like to use the word affordable, but it's got so much weight to it politically now, it's hard to pick that.
Well, it's also, how do you define affordable too?
Yeah, exactly. So, but there's going to be a lot more folks aging out of houses and things, and it was a very interesting article talking about that. Do we have any updates on the Kriegel property?
Nothing.
Yeah, I saw the maps down. Yeah. And perhaps-
Anything, and Andy, just to interrupt you, anything on Kriegel will be on the planning board?
Yeah,
So,
no, I understand that. And the one reason I wanted to bring it up is because there's not opportunity for really citizens' comments at this point within the planning board process with the Kriegel property. So that's why I wanted to ask here, because you can't.
Yeah.
But I get it's over there.
Yeah, and.
I get it's over
you
there.
know, And it had changed again
Oh, of
in
course.
late December, so.
You know, and a lot of these comments kind of follow through whether this particular Kriegel project happens or not. It might not. So a lot of the concepts and things I talk about are not just about for the
Right.
property, but the town as a whole. One of the interesting ideas I had from a facility standpoint, some of my background and interests, the last map showed it in 2 neighborhoods. Essentially, you have housing, power lines, easements, apartments on the other side. Fine, subdivide the property, don't do one giant project, perhaps, I don't know. But be that as it may, the other idea too was, because of the easements of the power companies that are there, let's line it with solar panels. You know?
We can't do anything.
Oh, I know you
yeah.
can't, but it's, you know, those kind of concepts looking forward and being implemented in the comprehensive plan, I think are a good idea. For instance, Washington State has really jammed solar power down town's throats. Those that lag behind on designating where that stuff is gonna go, they got it no matter what. So New York State's not that far away from that. But it's just kind of forward thinking to maybe keep us out of trouble going forward. I wanted to talk about that, that's all. Where are we with the AED? Did anything ever happen with the AED? I was at a cemetery. They have an AED in a cemetery.
How does it work?
Just like all the other ones. It was always just kind of curious. I mean,
We'll
we should
get
have
it.
one here maybe.
We'll get an update from, at the Parks Committee meeting. I know that the park director has reached out to the individual. I don't know if the individual, where that stands at this point, so.
I wanted to follow up on that as another concept.
Yeah, I did tell Heidi that, she should be prepared because there are other processes and procedures that she has to have in place, assuming we're getting it.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
yeah.
great,
Okay,
thanks.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandy.
Okay. I guess at this point, can I get a motion to adjourn to the next regular town board meeting on February 1st?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Bye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for coming.